Welcome back, Jason Varitek. Jason Varitek is back in a Red Sox uniform. I can't say that I'm that upset. In fact, I am thrilled. Jason Varitek kind of shot himself in the foot. Him and Boris both did. They grossly overestimated the market for him going into this free agent season. He declined arbitration, which would have got him $11 million for 1 year at the Red Sox, and he declined that to go for a multi-year deal, much like the one that Jorge Posada got last year with the Yankees, and he ends up with a 1-year, $5 million contract from the Red Sox with a club and/or player option for next year. Sorry, Tech, you lost out on a lot of money, but welcome back. We're psyched to have you. And don't forget, pitchers and catchers report in under 9 days. So baseball season is just around the corner. Getting excited for that. Got to buy my peanuts, sunflower seeds. Going to spend a lot of time in my basement watching the HD. First, before I get going here for a second, I need to apologize to the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 weeks ago when I was here, I kind of made it a mockery of the game, saying that basically saying the two of them shouldn't be, any game involving the two of them shouldn't be called any super anything, let alone the Super Bowl. But they lived up to the hype. They didn't disappoint. It was a fantastic game. But by all accounts, it was a good game. Except for the officiating, it was probably the worst officiated game in Super Bowl that I've ever seen. But other than that, it was played great. I was pulling for the Cardinals. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull it out. But it was a great game. I did hear from a couple of you over the last week or so that you were wondering why I didn't have an update last week, and was I getting lazy and skipping? No, I was not getting lazy. I was actually down on the beaches in Mexico. And I don't say that to rub it in that I was in Mexico, but I do say it because sitting on the beach for a week, it gave me a chance to catch up on some reading, and I did do some reading, and I read a book. Now, for those of you that know me saying that I sat on the beach and read a book, cover to cover, over 400 pages in a week, probably surprises you a little bit, and be quite honest with you, it surprised me a little bit too. I'm going to get to that book in a minute, but you know, I talked about Tech is back. We got spring training coming up. The Celtics are rolling. The Bruins are still rolling. In fact, the Bruins are atop the Eastern Conference with 80 points in the 30. Hold on, I got it right here. Let me check it out. Sitting on top of the Eastern Conference with a 37-8 record with 80 points. So they're looking good. The Celtics are looking good. The Patriots they got some things to figure out with their coaching staff. The Red Sox are coming up, and all is good in New England. This book that I was talking about, it was written by an author called Jeff Pearlman. The book is called Boys Will Be Boys, The Glory Days and Party Nights of the Dallas Cowboy Dynasty. It is a fantastic book. The book starts right during, I guess, the 1-15 1989 season that they had, when they were just awful. And when, you know, Jones bought the team and hired Johnson as the coach, and they had Irving and then Aikman. They drafted Aikman, and then they got Emmitt Smith. It just brings you through how they built the team, the success that they had, the parties that they had, and ultimately the decline and fall and demise of the team. And it was an absolutely fantastic page-turning book. I highly recommend it. It was quite entertaining, some of the things that were in that book, and some of the stories that probably a lot of wives of those players didn't want to come out, but they did. And one thing I did want to, I don't know if anybody out there has read this book, or if you're planning to, I can highly recommend it. If you do end up reading it, or if you have, let me know what you think of it. One parallel that I drew for the first half or 2/3 of this book, an interesting parallel, was how the Cowboys were built, how they built up that franchise, and how Bill Belichick and Scott Pioli built up the Patriots over the last decade or so. It was a remarkable parallel of drafting players that not necessarily for a position, but a football knowledge, and athletes with football knowledge, and fitting them into the puzzle, and taking chances on people that, you know, other teams didn't want. They were troublemakers, or they had a history here, history there, but taking those chances, bringing those people in, not going for not wanting the top pick in the draft, but further down, finding people further down in the draft that can contribute in other ways, and building a franchise that way, and a team concept. And that's exactly what the Cowboys, it seemed that they did during this era, and it's very similar to what the Patriots did. So if you've read the book, or if you're planning on reading it, please let me know. You can contact me at tlu@swinginthepopup.com. Let me know if you drew the same parallel. It was quite interesting to me. That's all I got for now. Like I said, the Patriots are restructuring. The Red Sox are getting ready to kick off spring training. The Bruins are rolling. The Celtics are rolling. All is good. I can't be happier. See you next time on the grill.